Hello my dear students, I am going to continue with the same chapter, that is Understanding Social Institution. In the previous class you have read about what social institution is. We have read about family, and we were studying about the types of family and the classification as well. We have read the first classification on the basis of studies. Second, today we are going to start with residence. Family is divided on the basis of residence as well. Residence basically home. On the basis of resident, there are two categories: patrilocal and matrilocal. Patrilocal, this word usually, patri means, it usually denotes male person. Matri denotes female. So patrilocal, after the marriage, wife resides in the house of his husband. That is called patrilocal. In matrilocal, man or the husband resides in the house of women or its wife. This particular matrilocal is followed in Khasi, Garo, Jantia tribe. These are the tribes, etc., who are following matrilocal thing. We have also always heard the word, this called ghar jamai. This is usually said in this matrilocal thing. Patrilocal, am I repeating again? Wife resides in the home of husband. In matrilocal, husband resides in the house of his wife. I hope I have made this very clear on the basis of residence. Next, ancestors. The Hindi meaning of ancestral is Purvaj. So again it is classified into two heights: patrilineal, matrilineal. Patrilineal again related to the male, matrilineal is female. In patrilineal, ancestry is traced of the male person. Means we have read about Kul, Gotra. So all these Gotra and everything, whether it is Kul or Gotra, or whether we have heard that कुल का नाम लड़के के नाम पे पड़ेगा और गोत्र लड़के के नाम पे होगा. सो इन पेट्रीलिनियर ओनली जो भी पिता होगा उसके बच्चे का नाम भी उसी के गोत्र के हिसाब से पड़ेगा, कुल के हिसाब से ही पड़ेगा. नाउ क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट गोत्र इज. गोत्र होता क्या है? सी, गोत्र में बेसिकली हम सभी जो भी हमारे पूर्वज थे वो ऋषि मुनियों की ही संतान थे, क्योंकि वो उन्हीं के अंदर स्टडी करते थे, शिक्षा उन्हीं के अंदर लेते थे. तो उन जिनके अंदर शिक्षा ली, सपोज हमने किसी के अंदर शिक्षा ली होगी, उस टाइम की बात रही ऋषि मुनियों की, तो हमारे जो पूर्वज रहे होंगे उन्होंने किसी के अंदर शिक्षा ली होगी, तो वो उनका गोत्र तय कर देता था. सपोज करिए अर्जुन ऋषि, किसी ऋषि का नाम अभिमन्यु है, तो उस पर्टिकुलर इंसान का जो गोत्र होगा वो अभिमन्यु ही होगा. तो उसी तरह जो भी शादी के बाद जो भी बच्चे होते हैं, पैट्रिलिनियल में गोत्र जो भी तय होगा या फिर आपका कुल का जो नाम पड़ेगा वो पिता के नाम पर ही होगा. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट मैट्रिलिनियल, सेम गोज विद द मदर, यानी कि यहाँ पर जो भी कुल का नाम होगा या गोत्र जो कुछ भी होगा वो माता के नाम पर ही पड़ेगा. Apart from this, ये तो हुई बात पैट्रिलिनियल मैट्रिलिनियल on the basis of ancestry. Power and authority. Patriarchal, matriarchal. Hindi meaning of patriarchal is पितृ सत्तात्मक. This is पितृ सत्तात्मक. Alright. So here in the patriarchal, according to power and authority in the home, usually male person is dominant. Male is dominant, and here all the property and everything will be this is in case the father dies, the word उत्तराधिकारी, the successor जो भी होगा वो बेटा ही होगा. Here the child, the male child will be the main authority, will get the authority. Here power and authority will be in the hand of women. यहाँ पर माता की डेथ के बाद किसी भी चीज़ का जो भी काम होगा, जो भी चीज़ संभाली जाएगी वो एक बेटी ही संभालेगी, जिसे हम कहते हैं फीमेल. Basis of marriage. Monogamous, polygamous. Mono means one. So here, when one male person marries with one female or one woman, it is known as monogamous. In polygamous, two or more than two. Polygamous is two. Polygamous is usually classified as further classified as polygynous and polyandrous. Basically, polygamous, one male marries more than one woman, one female marries more than one male. In polygynous, one male marries two women. Usually, we can, or more than two also. In Muslims, this particular marriage is found. Polyandrous, one woman marries two males or two husbands. It is found in Kannauр area, Sherpas, etc. These are the tribes in which you can see that polyandrous. Now, why this particular thing happens? If we talk about second case or the first case both, just because of less population. Some places are there where there is a less females. So in that case, one male, in polygynous, less males are there. One male marries two women. In polyandrous, there are less women, so one woman marries two husbands. Next is chronology. Basically, families are divided into three categories: ancient, medieval, modern. Whatever thoughts or whatever idea we are having, it was not there with our ancestors. So, with the time, families structure their aura, their personality, everything got changed with the time. So, these are divided on the basis of chronology. Social ecology means rural family, urban family. Family living in rural area is called rural family. Family living in urban area is called urban family. Both the family will have different structure. Both the family will have different lifestyle. So you can say that according to this, we have divided, classified families. We have seen that what are the bases in which families are divided. So I hope I have made everything very clear. Thank you. Hello, my dear students. I'm Ujjwal Srivastava, your sociology trainer. Today, I'm going to continue the same chapter, that is understanding social institution. In this topic, I'm going to continue with the same thing, and today's topic is marriage. In the previous class, we have studied about what family is, forms of family, its characteristics, and various other classifications. So today in this class, we are going to study about marriage, what marriage is, its characteristics, problems of marriage, and also about kinship as well. So in this class, we will be studying about all these things because these are also known as institution of society. So first, let me tell you what marriage is. Marriage is an institution that usually admits men and women in a family life. So basically, it is an institution which admits men and women in a family. Because without marriage, one cannot be called as a family. Now there is a one concept that is very popular nowadays, is called live-in relationship. I had given you one task assignment on this topic as well. So I have given you what live-in relationship is, but this particular concept is now very famous nowadays. It is in trend because there are several disadvantages of marriage life. So married life having some disadvantages, and this is also having live-in relationship is also having some negative sides. So because gain and loss are two faces of same coin, so advantages and disadvantages also associated with the same thing. So in live-in relationship, what basically a person wants is that he or she wants to know the other person in a relationship, and then if the person suits him or her, then they can marry. So it's basically a mutual thing where both the person, male and female, live together, and they usually spend time together, same as we live in a married life. And when they feel that now things are very good between them, then they usually get married. But this concept is not appreciated everywhere because live-in relationship is still considered as a taboo. In many places it is considered as a taboo. But nowadays it is in trend, and people are following this. Those who are having a good mentality, those families are having the same thing. So live-in relationship is still followed there, and many web series are also been made on this particular topic. So you can see that. Apart from, if we talk about marriage is basically an institution. It is a very old institution which gives a person legal, or not only legal, but authority to live together, to have their sexual life and various other things. So marriage is considered very pure. Marriage usually differs from religion to religion, because there are some rules and regulations in all religions which they are compelled to follow. Like in Hindu marriage, it is called basically Hindu marriage is just a ritual, but Muslim marriage is a contract that we will mention in the characteristic only. So the traditions and other culture of each and every religion is different. So marriage that is being performed there is also very different in each and every religion. So marriage is always, marriage plays an important role because it's an institution which fulfills the demand of a person. That's why it is considered very important. So let us talk about characteristic. The first characteristic can be for sexual needs. For sexual needs, basically marriage is done. Second, we can say that it gives legal authority to live together. After marriage, a person male and a female, husband wife can live together. But before that, it is said that this thing is not legal. But it's legal nowadays because live-in relationship also followed. And one more thing, children, let me tell you that it's only society who is making things legal or illegal. But if a person wants to follow this thing, can go for that. Another thing is that, let's take third point. Muslim marriage is a contract, but Hindu marriage is a ritual. If we talk about Hindu marriage, then it is ritual. So this is a one more feature. Every religion has its own ritual or something, other culture, we can say. Alright, every religion has its own culture, religion. Fifth point would be, what can be other points, like science. Every religion is having, when they perform marriage, they usually follow some science as well. Like in Hindus, there are Mangal Sutra, some toe ring and sindoor. These are considered very important and pious. So these are the things that are considered important. It is also done for procreation of child, with the need of the child, or basically this marriage is done. So these are the few features or characteristics of marriage, and that's why marriage is usually done. But live-in relationship is also very relevant nowadays, and people are still following these things because this is in trend, especially in big cities and metropolitan areas. If we talk about problems of marriage, then there are several problems that in marriage we usually face. I'm not talking about a personal thing like divorce or some extramarital affair or infidelity. I'm not talking about all these things, but here I'm just talking about problems. Child marriage. Its first concept is child marriage. What child marriage is? Basically, children in child marriage, for children who are below 18 years, girls who are below 18 years or not up to that age of marriage, they were basically get married, and it comes under child marriage. Basically, it is followed in villages only, and now also this trend has been reduced, but nowadays also still being followed everywhere in the village only. Second point is child widow remarriage. Earlier there was a concept of sati pratha. अगर हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई तो वहाँ पर क्या हो सकता है कि जो भी उसकी वाइफ होगी उसको भी उसी में अंतिम संस्कार उनका कर दिया जाए, क्रिमेशन में वो भी उसको जला दिया जाएगा. But after Viren Raja Ram Mohan Rao raised his voice and showed concern about this, and he said that no, this is very wrong. This should not be followed, and he literally tried hard, and after that Sati Pratha got vanished. But widow remarriage, किसी भी वाइफ की डेथ हो जाती है, किसी भी हस्बैंड की डेथ हो जाती है, तो वाइफ को अलाउ नहीं है कि वो शादी कर सके. ये होता था गांव में. If we talk about village area, then this concept is still prevailing there, because people are having that backward mentality, that low mentality. They still believe in superstition thing, so that's why they are not following this thing, and they're still following those widow remarriage, like they're not giving permission to widows to remarry. But if in case a wife dies, husband is there, that he is not a widower, but widower can marry. But here they don't allow any widow to remarry. So this is very wrong, जो कि अभी भी prevail कर रहा है बहुत जगह पर. If we talk about village area, यहाँ वहाँ पर बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें जहाँ पर डेथ हो जाती है अगर मेल पर्सन की, तो women को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम फेस करनी पड़ती है. Now third concept is dowry, Dahej Pratha. It's also, we can say, a social evil prevailing in the society, because due to this only, dowry से ही बहुत सी न्यूज़ आए दिन पेपर में आती हैं कि हेडलाइन आ गई कि दहेज ना मिलने पर बहू को जिंदा जलाया गया. So these are the headlines which we usually come across, and it's just because of dowry. Because male people usually charge high amount, ask for high amount from the groom, like bride side. That groom people usually ask for high amount or high capital or some other cars, etc. from the bride side. So whenever bride is not able to fulfill this particular need, then usually she has to face or suffer. So dowry is also considered one of the problem of marriage, which we have talked about. So you can see that there are three problems which are still prevailing. It is not diminished or vanished. Still, it has been reduced. But then too, you can say that these are the few things. Although Dahej is this dowry is illegal in the constitution, then too people are taking that in the name of a gift. Now you have understood what marriage is, what are the characteristics of marriage and problems that are there or prevailing in the marriage. The last topic of today's class is kinship. When we talk about kinship, let me tell you that every person is having two nuclear family. Two nuclear family. Every person is having two. How? I will tell you. Nuclear family 1, nuclear family 2. So each and every person is having two nuclear family. This first nuclear family, suppose I am Ujjwal Srivastava. So I am talking about my nuclear family. Alright? First, it will include mother, father, children, or you can say brother, etc. Second will include husband, wife plus child. So each and every person is having two nuclear families. First will be this mother, father and child. Here you are a child and your parents are there. But here you will act as a parent and there will be a child. So this will be a blood relation. But if we talk about husband and wife, this will be a marriage relation. So I hope I have made it very clear what kinship is. Kinship is basically a two relation, talks about two relation where one is blood and another one is marriage. So if we talk about blood relation, whenever for suppose I am, for me, it will be a blood relation. For my wife, it will be a marriage relation. But if I talk about my wife's family, then for me, it will be a marriage relation. But in kinship, husband and wife not only keep relation with only themselves, but from their families as well. So this is called kinship, and kinship is very important because it's again is very helpful for this thing, for this procreation of children and many other things. But there are some behavior pattern between two relations. Because जब भी हम बात करते हैं kinship की, एक चीज़ ज़रूर याद रखिएगा कि हस्बैंड वाइफ सिर्फ आपस में रिलेशन नहीं बना रहे, उनके साथ और भी रिलेशन बन रहे हैं. हस्बैंड का रिलेशन वाइफ की फैमिली से एंड वाइफ का रिलेशन हस्बैंड की फैमिली से. तो इसमें जब रिलेशन बनता है तो वी हैव विटनेस फ्यू ऑफ द सम ऑफ द बिहेवियरल पैटर्न. वी हैव क्लासिफाइड इट अंडर थ्री हेड. फर्स्ट वन इज अवॉइडेंस यूसेज. In this, we will talk about two relations where you basically avoid the talking or something, like eye contact, etc. The relation of father-in-law and daughter-in-law, बहू और ससुर जिसे हम कहते हैं, उनका रिलेशन, इसमें अवॉइडेंस यूसेज आपको मिलता है. जहां पर आज भी, अब तो बहुत चेंज हो चुका है, बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट अर्लियर टाइम, तो अगर शादी के बाद जब लड़की घर आती थी जो बहू बन के, वो अपने फादर इन लॉ से बात नहीं करती थी. बहुत रेयरली कुछ पूछा तो हाँ ना में कुछ ऐसे बात कर लिया. सेकेंड वन इज जोकिंग रिलेशनशिप. जोकिंग रिलेशनशिप का मतलब हंसी मजाक की बात यहाँ पे होती है. तो यहाँ पर हम बात करते हैं sister-in-law and brother-in-law. We can, because Jijaji is also considered as brother-in-law, so here we will talk about them. So सारी और जीजाजी का जो रिश्ता होता है, that is called come under joking relationship. Taxonomy is again one of the classification which is seen there. Here women usually don't call her husband by his name. Suppose if the person is suppose a woman is having a child, his name is uh, let's say example Ramesh. If she has to call her husband, she will say Ramesh ke papa. If you have seen the popular TV serial that Tarak Mehta called the Chashma, there you can see that the actress Daya, she usually call her husband by the name Tappu ke papa. So here you can see that economy is followed there. Suppose a person is having a name Surya, so that person, that a wife will usually, if someone will ask what is the name of your husband, so she will just indicate by showing that sun. So these are the behavioral pattern which we have seen in kinship, because here we are not just talking about husband and wife, but several other members are also got connected or indulged in this thing. So I hope I have made this thing very clear, what marriage is, what are the characteristics, problems, kinship, and behavioral pattern as well. So this is all, these all contributes a lot in the like society, and are considered as a social institution. I hope I have made this very clear. Thank you. Hello my dear students. So in this class I am going to continue with the same chapter, that is understanding social institution. Today's topic is education and religion. They both are the part of social institution. They are the social institution. So I am going to tell you what education is and what religion is. In the previous class we have read about marriage, and we have read about family, joint family, nuclear family, other. But in the previous class we have studied only about what marriage is and what kinship is, its feature, disadvantages, and many other aspects. So in this chapter, in this particular class, I am going to talk about education. See, education, if we talk about this particular word education, it is an action exercised by old generation or on the new generation, those who are not yet socialized. So basically earlier education was given by some Rishi Munis and the people of the family only. Earlier there was not the developed concepts of a school and other things. There were no professional institutes were there. So people usually take education from Rishi Munis and sadhus as well. But is this is the limit? No. Those who were taking education from Rishi Munis, etc., it does not just only talk about some textbook. They usually give values to the people. But nowadays, in education, if we talk about a school or colleges, they are giving values, but we are more focused on the that particular course structure. So there are some day-to-day values or something which are necessary, or some experience that are necessary for a child to get socialized in the society. So he needs that thing from the family only. So here only institution like education institutes, coachings or colleges does not only fulfill the need of education, but home, family, they also fulfill the need. That's why we have classified education under two categories. First one is informal. Second one is formal. When we talk about informal, we usually talk about family. Here, child usually get about the values from the families. He usually get to know about what is right, what is wrong, and apart from that, various other things that is necessary in the life. If we talk about formal, here we talk about institutes. Educational institutes like school, colleges, coaching, etc. So here a child usually get education, he get literate, and everything is basically done here. If you talk about informal, usually जब भी अगर एक बच्चे के एडमिशन होना होता है स्कूल में, तो उसे जो भी चीज़ आती है, या ABCD का A लिखना है, इंटरव्यू में क्या बोलना है, छोटे बच्चे के लिए भी जो कि अभी स्कूल जाने के लिए रेडी हुआ है, वो सब कुछ एक फैमिली ही उसे सिखाती है कि what you have to go, when your teacher will ask or the counselor will ask what is your name, you have to say that my name is Ujjwal Srivastava or my name is this. So if the interviewer or counselor will ask what is your age, you have to tell this age. Alright, so that thing, these things are usually taught by the parents only, the family only. Now, if you know about formal and informal, usually here there are few differences. Education also becomes informal here, formal here. टीचर्स की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पर टीचर्स पेरेंट्स होंगे, यहाँ पर प्रोफेशनल्स होंगे. No exams. So these are the concepts which are their values. यहाँ पे मिलेंगी आपको, यहाँ पर आपको education मिलेगा. Alright, so these are the differences between informal and formal, and that's why we have classified education under two heads, that is informal and formal. Informal for family and formal for the institutes. So these are the examples. If we talk about some other aspects, that is modern society and other society. There are two types of societies are also there, we will talk about. But apart from this, if we look forward or look in the present time, then you will find one thing, that at this time there are many professional institutes who are literally adopting all the new technologies, new syllabus from the foreign university, so that they can update their students. They can update the level of the students. And nowadays, many normal courses have developed in the professional world, and that's why we say that education plays an important role. If we talk about another concept, that is religion. Religion is basically a unified set of beliefs and practice related to a sacred things which unite people. Basically, whenever we talk about religion, it's a belief and practice related to a sacred thing, and also which unite people. It is religion only which unites people. And children, in religion only there is, we consider something sacred. One concept is sacred, and that thing is usually the people start worshipping that thing. And one more thing is superstition. Superstition concept is also there कि नहीं, इसमें ये belief है कि नहीं यहाँ पर भूत रहता है या भगवान का वास्ता. सुपरस्टिशन है. लोग कहते हैं कि पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे रात में नहीं बैठिए क्योंकि उसमें भगवान बसते हैं, या कुछ लोग कहते हैं उसमें भूत होते हैं, या फिर सम सेज दैट यहाँ पर देवी दुर्गा का रूप होता है, उसमें बसती है तो उसमें नहीं बैठना चाहिए, रात के समय वो आराम कर रही होती. तो ऐसे बहुत. इससे अगर हम हिंदी में बात करते हैं तो हिंदी की जो शब्द होता है उसे हम कहते हैं टोटमवाद. ऑलराइट, ये कंसेप्ट अभी नहीं आया, इट इज़ वेरी ओल्ड. पहले किसी भी पेड़ को काटा ना जाए, कि लोग पेड़ों को बहुत जल्दी काट रहे थे, तो इसीलिए पीपल यूजुअली डिक्लेयर दैट कि इसमें भगवान का वास है. सो हर चीज, सपोज देयर इज अ ट्री एंड समवन इज गोइंग टू कट दैट ट्री, सो इट इज सेड दैट कि इसमें भगवान रहते हैं, इसको नहीं काटो. ये हो सकता है इसमें. सो इन चीज़ों के बाद लोगों में बिलीव हो गई कि नहीं, इसको हमें नहीं खराब करना है, बिकॉज समवेयर अदर लाइक देयर इज गॉड इन दैट थिंग. सो रिलीजन ऐसे ही बढ़ा. रिलीजन को भी हम क्लासीफाई अगर करें तो वो भी दो हेड में होता है. एक होता है प्रिमिटिव एंड वन इज मॉडर्न. प्रिमिटिव में बेसिकली हम बात करते हैं ओल्ड की, जो पुरानी चीजें हैं. यहाँ पर हम बात करेंगे ट्राइब्स की. यहाँ पर हम ह्यूमन की जो लोग होते हैं, अभी के जो एज है, लिविंग इन सिटी, विलेज एक्सेट्रा, इनकी हम बात यहाँ पर करते हैं. तो जो प्रिमिटिव रिलीजन होती है, इसमें कहीं पर भी इसका कोई भी कहाँ से ही आया ऐसा कहीं से पता नहीं चलता. कोई भी इसमें होली बुक्स नहीं होती हैं, जबकि मॉडर्न में ऐसी चीज़ें होती हैं. कोई सिंबल्स इनके में नहीं होते, बट हमारे में मॉडर्न रिलीजन में सिंबल्स होते हैं. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट विच यूनाइट पीपल, रिलीजन ने हमेशा लोगों को साथ लाया है. बट अगर हम अब की बात करते हैं जहाँ अलग अलग रिलीजन्स हैं, तो रिलीजन में काफ़ी सारे रिलीजन की वजह से ही काफ़ी राइट्स भी हुए हैं, काफ़ी दंगे हुए हैं, जो शांति थी वो भी खत्म हुई है. इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ रिलीजन. रिलीजन की जहाँ एडवांटेजेस है वहाँ डिसएडवांटेजेस भी रहे हैं. लोगों का विश्वास होना भगवान के ऊपर, किसी सुपरस्टिशन पर, चीज़ें खराब नहीं है, बट एक्सेस ऑफ एनीथिंग इज बैड। लोगों ने एक अंधविश्वास रहा कि नहीं, अगर इसको मार दो, अगर इसमें कुछ हुआ है तो कुछ मेंटल प्रॉब्लम है, तो लोग कहते हैं नहीं इसमें भूत चढ़ गया, उसको मार दो। तो गांव में आजकल अभी भी ये चीज़ें बहुत होती हैं, जहाँ पर किसी को मेंटल प्रॉब्लम है, स्ट्रेस था और वो एबनॉर्मली बिहेव कर रहा है, तो हम उसे डॉक्टर के पास ना ले जा करके उस पर खूब सारी पूजा करने लगते हैं, उसे और डिस्टर्ब करते हैं। तो ये कंसेप्ट बहुत पुराने थे, लोगों ने इस चीज़ को एक्सेस करके ख़राब किया। एंड नाउ यू कैन सी दैट अभी भी ये चीज़ें बहुत जगह फॉलो हो रही है, जहाँ पर लोग अभी भी सुपरस्टिशन, अंधविश्वास पे लोग करते हैं। और लोगों में अंधविश्वास है। एक जगह ऐसी है जहाँ पर एक बड़े से वेल के पास कोई बच्चा जन्म लेता है जब कहीं पर, तो उस बच्चे को ला करके एक जगह से दूसरी जगह उछाल के करते हैं, बिकॉज भगवान कहा जाता है कि कुएं में भगवान है, वहाँ पर उनका वास होता है। सो ये जो कंसेप्ट है कि बाई चांस बहुत सारे में ऐसा हुआ कि वहाँ बच्चे गिरे भी और कहा गया कि भगवान को बच्चा चाहिए था। So these are this superstition thing which is not good, and it should be avoided. And but people are still following that, and that's why we say that religion is some way or the other creating chaos as well. Gain or loss are the two faces of same coin. In the same way, religion is also having advantage and disadvantage. So it is up to the people whether in which sense they are basically taking. So if we talk about education, then I hope I have made thing very clear what education is, what are its classification. In the same way, religion is also there, and what are its like classification. I have made this thing very clear, and they are considered as the social institution. Thank you so much.